Hello, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to add CSS into HTML. So to get started, I have my Visual Studio Code open and I'm going to create an HTML file. We'll call it index.html. Great, we have our HTML file created. Now I'm just going to give the skeleton of it. I have the mn extension involved. You can go into the extensions and download that if you like. It makes programming so much easier and faster. Then I have this preset. I have the HTML skeleton all ready to go. I'll start by creating an H1 and I'll say how to style HTML. Awesome. So I have the H1 right there. And the first way we can style this, it's called Inline Styling. So I'm going to add the style tag to it. I'll change the color of the text. So I'm going to select color. Then let's change it to blue. And we'll save that. And we'll go to Google Chrome and see how it looks like. And yeah, sure enough, the color of it is blue. So I'm going to go back right now and I'm going to show you the second way to do it. In the head right there, you can place style tags, and I'm going to add a H2 and I'm going to say with CSS. Awesome. So in the style tag, you're going to want to select the element right there. So in this case, it's the H2 and I'm going to say color. We'll switch the color of the text to red. Great. So we'll go back, save it. And there it is, it's red right now. And then there's a third way to do it right now. It's called external CSS. This is inline, internal, and I'll show you how to do the external right there. So I'm going to want to create another file right there, and I call it style.css. Awesome. And I'm going to create a paragraph. Just give it to some dummy text. To do that in Visual Studio Code, you just press lorem, and however many words you want to give it, let's just say 50. So I'm going to go, and with the external CSS, I'm going to select the paragraph element, and I'm going to switch the color of the text to, let's just say orange, why not? And we will go back into Google Chrome and see what happens. Oh, as you can see, we have the text, but the color wasn't added to that. And the reason for that is you must always add a link to the style.css if you want to do external CSS. So you just want to create a link tag right here in the head, and for the href you want to add style.css. Awesome. So we go back and there's the orange text. Great. Now I'll show you what the downsides of each are. So say I have an H1 right there and I want to add more. I want to add more style to it. Let's just say I want to add a margin to it. We'll just say 20 pixels. For this one, we'll give the H2, give a text transform, say uppercase. And for the P, we'll just add a background color. Give it red. I never do this to a website, but it's just for examples. Then we'll go back. And there we go. The styles that we implemented are shown on the document right there. So I'll go back into my Visual Studio Code, and whenever you're creating a document, you always want to go with the external CSS, because if you're linking it to the inline and if you have a lot of properties, it will get messy really quickly. Same with the internal CSS, because if you have a whole website full of elements, it will get messy really quickly. So it's always best to do the external one, but I do want to show you which one's the most powerful. So we'll take the H1 element right there, and I'm going to put the H1 inside of the internal CSS. And I'm going to give it a color, and I'm going to say red. And I'm going to go into my external CSS. I'm going to go to the H1, and I'm going to say we'll give it a color of green. And I'll refresh the page, and we'll see what element is the most powerful. As you can see, I refresh the page, and the color of it is still blue. So that means that the inline CSS is always the most powerful. So I can go back right here, and we'll see now which one is the second most powerful. So gonna comment that out right there. Give it H1. Just gonna delete all these for now. As you can see, it gets messy really quick when you do the inline and the internal. So I'm going to select the, let's say the H1, and I'll say color, and I'll say green, and I'm going to go to my Style CSS, and I'm going to give it a H1, and I'll say color, and I'll say red. Cool. We'll open it up, and as you can see, the color of the text will be green. So the order of precedence, it goes, the inline is always the most powerful, then goes the internal, then goes the external. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm excited to see you in the next one. Thank you so much.